Dealer Webinar. I am Evan Kinsella, CFO of Steren Electronics. We are glad you are joining us again today. During today's webinar, we will be reviewing marketing initiatives in the Fast Track program, including the marketing material portal, public relations, digital marketing, and promotional items for Black Friday. Speaking today will be Ben Norton, Chief Marketing Officer, and Elisa Jones, Sales Director of Steren Electronics. Also in attendance on the call are Darren Rawson, President, David Sterenberg, CEO, Alex Cohen, Senior Vice President, and Tracy Stansbury, Merchandising Manager. We welcome your questions. Simply click the question box located on the right-hand side of your screen. After the presentation, we will answer questions which have been submitted. At this time, I will hand the webinar over to Mr. Ben Norton.
Thank you, Evan. It's a pleasure to be able to share with all of you an update on some of the exciting marketing initiatives we have going on here at Steren. And so as you see on our first slide, we are underway with the development of a Steren marketing material portal. What you see is a mock-up of the home page. This portal will be the place in which you can order marketing materials, and we have a list of some of those here. This is through a partnership we have with a company called Standard Register. So this is an independent third-party process through which you can order materials via a credit card purchase interface, and prices will be at cost or perhaps subsidized in some cases. Initially available to you will be these following items: banners, window and door signs, posters, canopy signage, flags, trade dress, shirts, and name tags. This portal is under construction as we speak, and we anticipate having it ready and available for you to access within the next 2 weeks. On the public relations front, we are engaging with a local PR firm with very good experience in the retail space and the electronics space. We're going to, beginning in October, have our national public relations campaign underway. Through our partnership with Hetzel Mead, we will begin to target specific media outlets for pickup and exposure at a national level, and that will run through the balance of the year, while simultaneously we will be building out our public relations kit for the local markets. This, what we refer to as the playbook, will be available to you for use when reaching out to local press and media venues, and that we will have available in the month of October. We have a very, very comprehensive digital marketing plan underway with multiple activities occurring simultaneously. Taking it from the top, we are preparing to begin the build out of a Steren consumer-facing website. We're finalizing our negotiations with potential partners to help us with that. In addition to that, we will have what we refer to as the localized Steren websites via a marketing platform that allows us to reach all local markets from a centralized location. Here at the corporate offices, we will be able to create marketing messages and materials that will resonate within local markets. In parallel to that, we're building out our social media plan, and through a partnership, we will be able to create content and promote locally certain messages that, again, are all intended to drive business and traffic at the local level. While also in parallel, we will be able to do hyper-local mobile ads, and you see a couple of key bullet points here: geofencing and geotargeting. At the very local level, we will be able to serve up an ad on a mobile device if someone is within a certain radius of a particular store location, or under the bullet geoconquering if someone is at a competitor's location. All of these activities are kicking off, and we expect to have this platform built out within the next 30 days. Last in our marketing slides today, but not least certainly, is a Black Friday promotion that we are working on. You see a mock-up here of a circular which we are finalizing and formalizing in terms of the specific product selection that will be a part of the promotion. In parallel to that, we will have a local digital campaign also intended to drive local customers to local stores. This we're all working on this week and expect to have finalization around a product selection in the coming days.
So team, a couple of things that I needed to address with you and talk to you about today. The marketing aspect of this is growing rapidly, and we're gaining some success with Ben having added to our team. The other thing that I need to talk about is we have Tracy Stansberry, who's busy working on planogram planning, store inventory, recommended store inventory for your stores. We're going to be reaching out to you to get some of your feedback as we start to build out some of these planograms and break these products down. I know some of the conversations that I've had with you from our webinar, on the dealer webinar, was you needed a breakdown on product categories and products that are coming in. So I've been working with Craig on his website to be able to download in Excel and put that into a format where it's going to be a lot easier for you to place orders and see what the inventory looks like. And then with Tracy's help, she's been working on getting all the new items that are coming in, getting the pictures, getting them ready to get loaded up on the NewTek website. And we'll also start to push that information out to you as quickly as possible. If you guys haven't already done so, please jump on the Steren Google community page. I know Jennifer has been feverishly sending out invites. We realize that some of this is new to you guys. Reach out to Jennifer. I know most of you talk to her on a daily basis. Get into that Google portal. It's a wealth of information for you guys, and we're going to continue to upload this as soon as we get information and put everything up there as quickly as we can. The other thing that I want to address is the signage. We'll continue right now to work with David Janowitz on your outdoor signs. Please reach out to Ben and I and Jennifer for all of your exterior signs. We can address those on an individual basis because we know that all signs aren't the same for every store and your needs might be different. Our next Fast Track Dealer webinar is October 13th. We want to hold these seminars, these webinars pretty frequently because we realize the October 31st deadline is coming up on us pretty quickly. Right now, I'd like to turn it back to Evan. I know we have a series of questions coming in.
Thanks, Elisa, and thanks, Ben. If you want to take a moment and click the question box at the lower left of the screen, please submit your questions, and we will begin addressing them now. The first question, are there items showed on the front page of the mocked-up Black Friday flyer, anything close to what we will have available to us?
Okay.
Yeah, I could take that one. No, the flyer that was on the slide is just for demonstration purposes. The actual product selection does not resemble TVs and the other things you saw on that slide.
Thanks, Craig.
So one of the other questions that we have, Ben, can you address what geofencing and geoconquering is for the group?
Certainly. Geofencing is a term that's used to refer to serving up an ad within a very, very localized area. Could be as small as 1 mile or even less. And so as someone is perhaps in the vicinity of a store and they have a mobile device in which they use apps, little apps on their phone that are sometimes known to provide advertisements, we can push an ad out and let people know that they're in the vicinity of a store. There's the opportunity to run certain promotions and those sorts of things. So it's advertising to a mobile device when someone was within a very, very close proximity to a store. That would be geofencing. Geoconquering is very similar. The term is used, though, to refer to when someone is in the neighborhood of a competitor's store or a store that has ancillary or similar or synergistic products. So we can decide that if someone is in the vicinity of another location, we can serve those same ads. That's geoconquering.
Ben, we have a question regarding the public relations. The question is, explain a little bit in more detail how you will marry the national presence and outreach to the local.
Certainly, glad to. So that's going to be stitched together by way of the Steren brand and the Steren voice. So the Steren brand and the Steren voice will resonate through the national campaign and be complemented by the materials that will be made available through the kits at the local level.
Thanks, Ben. Will the Black Friday ad be for just Black Friday, or will you be offering ads for Thanksgiving Day and going forward?
I could take that one. Our plan is, the immediate focus is on Black Friday, but the majority of the vendors that are supporting us with product for Black Friday are also in agreement that they want to support, the entire golden quarter, the fourth quarter. So the plan is to support you all the way through the end of the year with these promotions.
Thanks, Craig. A follow-up question to the PR campaign. What exactly will the national campaign consist of? Will it include national TV, radio, online? What do you envision?
The plan is to reach out to targeted media outlets, those that would be likely to find this story interesting along the way and through that process, and working with our PR agency that has very deep connections within the media space, is to, if we can, there's never a guarantee, but it is ideal to get some opportunity for television coverage, for radio coverage. So those are certainly things we'd like to have occur. It's difficult to say with certainty that those things will occur, but through our agency partnership, we aspire to have that level of coverage.
Thanks, Ben. Next question is, what is the status of planograms for easy mass ordering of product? I don't want to pick out products one at a time when I have a whole store to fill.
It varies by category. Right now, we're just still trying to get our arms around what products are going to be available, when they're going to be available, and in the quantities. But in the coming weeks, I will start working on 2-foot and 4-foot variations by category with a recommended list of available products, and we'll get those out to you as soon as we can.
Also, team, what I'd like to do is, I've been working with a number of you already. I know products, I know the products are coming in, and I know the product categories. I've been reaching out to a lot of you guys that are already doing store resets to put your planogram together. I can put together a recommended inventory for you to take a look at. Look at your store. A lot of it varies between 2-foot, 4-foot planograms, and if you want items in multiple locations in your store. So as you start to build out that orders, reach out to Jen and I. We've sat down, and just because we know the product line, we're able to get you a starting point to where the product needs to be and what products you need to have ordered.
Thanks, Lisa. Next question. How can we get more guidance on store colors, including paint chips, and what surfaces should be painted what colors?
Steren, do you want to take that?
I can take that.
Oh, David can take that.
Mr. David Sterenberg will take that for us.
The first time that I spoke here. We're going to give all of you the color, the corporate color that we use. The Mexican stores, they have a background of white color, and the blue, Pantene blue, is our insignia color. Then I think that we can give you some of the insights of how it should look, each of the store insights. You will get it soon as well.
Thanks, David. How quickly will we be able to transition our current website to our local Steren site?
The process is to make that platform available over the next 30 days.
Thanks, Ben. And what do you think that process will entail when it comes to the fast-track dealers?
Well, the process will entail ensuring that the local version of the site has the proper store address, hours of operation, phone number, and the like. Primary content will be served from the Steren corporate content engine.
Ben, another one for you. Can you talk a little more about the outdoor signage?
Well, certainly as your signage needs are arising, please do be in touch with us, and we can work with you on a case-by-case basis to ensure you have proper signage for your location.
Thanks, Ben. And also, we do anticipate, based on the potential for requirements at your location, based on the lessors, that we will have to be flexible and work with you on making sure that you can conform to those requirements while still upholding the Steren brand image. Once again, related to the website, Ben, will there be a charge for the website?
Some of the final details are being implemented now, but the intention is to create the platform. We'll be in touch with more details on that.
Thanks, Ben. This is one that maybe Elisa can handle. Where can we get shirts and bags?
Team, the marketing portal will be up in the next 2 weeks. When it's available, we will load it onto the Google community site. Jen is heading all of the fast track dealers. She is your go-to person. As soon as that portal is live, I will have her send out a notification to your inbox, let you know that all of those items are available and ready to order. Those items will not be stocked here at Steren or at the New Tech facility. They will ship directly from the marketing portal.
Thanks, Elisa. Question about branding. Will we be branded as Steren Electronics Group or Steren Solutions?
Steren.
Steren, simply with the potential for the tagline of Electronic Solutions, is the answer. Can we get a price list for all of the items on the marketing portal now prior to availability?
The final pricing is being finalized as we're building out the portal, and so should be available prior to launch, prior to formal launch of the portal, but the final pricing is still being defined.
Team, as soon as we have that, if it's available before it's loaded onto the portal, I'll give that information to Jennifer. She can get it out to you guys so you can be ready.
Craig, here's one for you. Can you give us insight into the timeline on when the full Steren lineup will be ready to ship from either warehouse location? Currently, we are anticipating to get more as fast as possible.
It's a very good question, and as we covered in last week's webinar, it is a ramp-up process. I'm going off the top of my head, but I think on our last webinar, and it's on the Google community, we shared that there are somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,450 Steren branded SKUs either in stock or in transit to us. And again, off the top of my head, the ETAs for those range from, as I say, in stock today to arriving between now and the first part of December. So to run at full capacity, hitting the entire Steren line of nearly 3,000 SKUs, the honest answer is probably 90, even 100, up to 180 days. But the core, what I consider to be the most important items are all within the next, within 90 days at both locations, both California and Memphis, Tennessee. And by the way, I apologize for my voice. I feel great, just got a sore throat.
Thanks, Craig. We all hope you feel better. I have a couple questions regarding the wireless products and availability, and I can address that. As we mentioned last week, we are in negotiations still with 2 of the major carriers, and we do anticipate that fairly soon we should be able to message those programs to you. One of the questions asked specifically if we'll be ready for that messaging by October 31st, which is your final transition date away from Radio Shack. And clearly that date on the calendar is important and urgent to us, but we are driving as fast as we can to come up with those solutions. And at this point, we believe you will be very excited about what we can provide. Here's a question that either Ben or maybe David will want to answer this one. I really like the new Steren store look with the red and blue. Can we use this?
The red, we want to differentiate ourselves from the Radio Shack store. The Radio Shack store utilizes a lot of red. It will be confusing for your customer to maintain the red color. I think that it would be ideal if we can eliminate the red color. But this is something that we can check a little bit more, and we will let you know further.
Thanks, David.
Okay, team. Before we wrap up, I wanted to reach out to you. I know we have over 50 people on this call that are in the Fast Track program. Jen has been reaching out to all the dealers, all the Steren dealers, reminding them about the Fast Track program. In your network, if you know that you have other dealers that are friends that have not signed the Radio Shack agreement, please let them know about the Fast Track. Send a quick email to Jen. We want to get anybody and everybody that needs to make this transition by October 31st. We need to get them in this group so we can help facilitate the changes that they need to make. That concludes our meeting for today. Again, our next Fast Track dealer webinar is October 13th, 1 o'clock. We'll be sending out a notice, and we look forward to your questions and meeting with you then. Evan, do you have anything?
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, David. Thanks, Craig, and for all of those here on the Steren team that attended but did not have to answer questions or present. We'd like to thank all of you again for attending today's webinar. We hope it was informative and helped you understand the power of partnering with Steren Electronics. For those of you that have questions during the Fast Track program onboarding process, please email info@sterenusa.com. Call us at 844-897-0056, or you can contact Elisa or Jen for direct assistance as well. We're very excited about working with you throughout this process and are proud to have you on the Steren team. We look forward to working with you long into the future and hope you have a great rest of the day and week. We will talk to you again soon at the next webinar.